Good day everyone. Welcome back to the Azure Database Watcher Series. In today's video, we are diving into one of the most secure and recommended ways to monitor your Azure SQL Managed Instance using Azure Database Watcher. We'll be adding our managed instance as a target using Microsoft Entra Authentication, ensuring a passwordless identity-based connection. But that's not all. We will set up a managed private endpoint from the database watcher resource itself and connect to the managed instance as public endpoint is disabled on this particular managed instance. This combo ensures top tier security and optimal performance. It's going to be a step-by-step walkthrough. So whether you are an Azure enthusiast or a cloud architect, you will find immense value here. And hey, if you're excited to learn more about secure and real-world Azure setups, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a new upload. Let's jump right in. We will be adding this particular managed instance, JVMI. I just want to show the networking tab for this managed instance just to be clear on the endpoint usage here. Yeah. So if you can see here, the public endpoint is disabled here. Yeah. And what I've done is, like in my previous videos, as far as connecting the managed instance is concerned, I was doing it from my laptop because the public endpoint was enabled. But if you look at this managed instance connection, you can see that I'm connected into virtual machine, which is on the same virtual network as this managed instance, and that proves like I'm connected to this managed instance using a private endpoint. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, like, I'm going to first create a managed private endpoint on the database watcher to the managed instance. Okay, so let's click on add. So what I'll do is, like, I will provide a name here. I've given the name as DB Watcher Private Endpoint to JVMI, which is my managed instance. Yeah, and the resource type would be managed instance. Yeah, and the resource, let's select the JVMI. Yeah, and then as far as the target sub resource is concerned, we will select the managed instance. And description, I will leave it as JV Watcher. Let's click on create, and let's wait for it to complete. It's created now. So if you see here under the database watcher, we have this managed private endpoints, and if you can see here, it is created now. So what we'll do now, let's go to the managed instance here, and then let's search for private endpoint here. Let's click on that, and then see if we are seeing anything. So if you see here, if you remember the name that I've given, it is DB Watcher Private Endpoint to JVMI. So the state is pending. Yeah. So let's click on that, and then let's click on click on approve here. Yeah. I shouldn't have clicked on this. You should click on approve. So you see this state is pending. Let's click on approve. Let's give a description here. The response message is DB Watcher. Yeah. Let's wait for this to complete. So it is basically attempting to approve one SQL Server private endpoint connection. Let's wait for it to complete. So it's currently showing as approved. It has changed from pending. So let's wait for it to complete, and then we'll take it from there. It's in progress right now. Yeah, let's wait for maybe like another 30 seconds or something, and then we'll take it from there. It's completed. Yeah. So if you see here, it is approved. Let's head back to our database watcher here, and let's go to the SQL targets. And then what we'll do, we will click on add. Before that, we will have to create the required login. So let's click on Azure SQL Managed Instances with Microsoft Entra Authentication. Yeah. And then let's copy the required details. So if you see here, the login name is JB Watcher. Yeah. Let's copy that, and then let's paste it inside our managed instance. That is the SQL managed instance where we have a connection to the managed instance. Let's execute this. That is going to create the login JB Watcher, and then the user JB Watcher _user. Let's run that. And if you can see here, it is completed now. So what we'll do now, let's head back to our database watcher. Yeah. And then let's click on add here. Okay, so the resource type, you guys know it is SQL Managed Instance. Let's select the subscription. So the managed instance would be JVMI. So this time I'm not going to use public. Instead, I'll be using the private. Yeah. So look at this information. The watcher must have an approved managed private endpoints to monitor this managed instance. Now you guys know the reason why I created that managed endpoint, right? So now I will leave this read intent to like I will leave it to default, because if you want to more details, look at my previous video where I have explained it. Let's click on add here. Let's wait for it to get added. Now if you can see here, we have successfully added the JBMI. Now the main thing is like even though we have added it, it should show up in the dashboards. Let's give it like 2 minutes and then let's look at the dashboard. Let's go to the dashboard and let's wait for it. If you see here, we are able to see that the one managed instance that we have added is showing up on the dashboard. Let's click on that and then click on the ingestion statistics, and then let's see like what is the latest time the sampling happened. And if you see here, the latest one is 9:42 p.m. and if you see the time now, it's close to 9:40. So that means like we are yeah, added the managed instance properly, and required the data is also coming in. So just a recap. So what we have done in this video is like we have added an Azure SQL Managed Instance as an SQL target in the database watcher, and we used on Microsoft Entra Authentication, and most importantly, we have utilized Managed Private Endpoint. Yeah. And it is to be noted that we have disabled the public endpoint as well for the managed instance. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Jai Hind.